be the very best that no one ever was. To catch them is my greatest test. To train them is my cause. Quote, Ash Ketchum, 2002 to 2010. Ash Ketchum is the protagonist in the game-changing anime series Pokemon, and his major dream, his ambition and drive in life is to catch all 151 Pokemon. And we can see that for 7, 8, 9 seasons, he did not stop at his goal to beat all Elite Fours in all regions, to catch all of these Pokemon, and eventually become the protagonist that many kids around the world look up to today. Ambition can be applied to many different situations. The first way that it can be applied is through a literary example. Today I will be discussing the topic of 1984. The main protagonist of 1984 is Winston Smith. Winston Smith lives in totalitarian, oppressive England, in which he is scrutinized by the mysterious entity that is Big Brother. And because he is under this oppressive regime, he has no space for freedom, no space to express facial expressions on his face or his body, to communicate freely with workers. But because of this oppressive regime, he has strived to beat Big Brother and run away with Julia, sorry for spoilers, and eventually become more human. And through this ambition and drive, he was able to accomplish this and speak up and fight back against this entity that is being pervasive throughout the nation of England. Another way that ambition can be applied is through the current figure of Malala Yousafzai. Malala is a figure who is currently advocating for human rights. She was within her nation under a government that did not believe that girls were entitled to education, did not believe that every human being is entitled to their human rights. And because she, at a young age, and she, as a female, was speaking up against this, she was shot in the head. However, despite her consistent persecution and the continuous persecution of females and people that are different all around the world, she's still standing up against these gross transgressions and using her ambition to fight for a better world. Another example that may not be the most morally correct is by looking at Nazi Germany. We can all consensually agree that Hitler is one of the most driven and ambitious people that we've seen throughout the world. I'm not agreeing with his actions, but I do commend the fact that he was a fantastic public speaker, someone who had drive and ambition and believed what he thought would be a perfect and idealized Germany. And despite the fact that many lives were lost, and I personally do not agree with his actions, he was able to rally his nation together and have them follow behind him. And from here we can see, through Ash Ketchum's drive to catch all 151 Pokemon, and Winston Smith's ambition to stand up against the oppressive regime of Big Brother, Malala Yousafzai saying no to transgressions against human rights, and Hitler's ambition and drive into creating what he believed was a perfect Germany. Ambition can drive us to do great things if only we can stand up and say no to things that are coming